Previously on Dances with Dice, when last we left our heroes, Eisen, the half-elf cleric, Karma, the tiefling wizard, and Emiria, the elven monk. They were engaged in deep discussions with the Council of Neverwinter, and trying to determine their best course of action in regards to the Legion and the war to come. As discussions continue, as plans are formulated, what dark shadows hover over the horizon that our heroes will face down once again this week in Dances with Dice.
Another option we were discussing was placing a friend of ours as a man on the inside, because it seems like one thing we do lack is reliable intel. So, what benefit would we find from having a mole?
That is a solid option. You three are more well-versed in this than I am. You've basically been our front line without us asking or even knowing it up until recently. I trust you to make the right decision for the city and all our survival. It's unlikely that we're able to get our artifacts back, so we will have to make do with what we have at the moment. Lord Commander. And he kind of steps up. As it stands right now, we are 20,000 strong, with another 4 or 5 arriving from outside areas, which means we are just outnumbered by half. The city's defenses are continuing to be strengthened, and there are forces within the city that I know are willing to work with us for the right coin. And you see as he is gripping a piece of paper, and you notice, Eisen, you would recognize this. You notice the black seal with a gold rose, which is Rimon's seal. It's kind of like on a note that's kind of sticking out of his pocket. So, in terms of physical manpower, we are where we are going to be. The question now comes down to how can we tip a battle in our favor, and what information we have to leverage against this enemy. We know that they cannot be reasoned with, but buying time is an option, if only to save as many people as possible from the fire.
So we're trying to entice them?
Entice is not necessarily the correct word. If, even for a week, a month, we can deny them advancement through our lands, give the people more time to escape west, give towns time to evacuate, give us time to accumulate as much strength as we can muster. We need something that we cannot buy, barter, or beg for, and that is time. So the question becomes, how do we slow our enemies' advance, or how do we gain allies faster?
The eye.
The watch.
Andromeda kind of perks up and looks like, we know what happened with the eye and Cherrywood. I don't know how that helps us here.
But the watch, we could Karma pulls out the watch. This is
Won't that just get us stuck in a loop?
Well, this isn't the eye. This is the watch. This is When I was doing my research, this is a direct line to Kronos themselves. We could ask for a favor, or I guess we could use. I don't know how much. Karma's like fidgeting again with her bracer.
Well, the eye was also used by an unskilled, versed individual.
But that's just it. We've always seen that the artifacts themselves are corrupt. We don't want. What if? I have two thoughts.
Do we have a map of like where they would be advancing by land?
Let me pull up a map of Faerun so I can give you guys an idea.
Shit.
Also, the eye. Just because like we're thinking time, that doesn't mean that's the only way to buy time. Is using the timey.
All right, so
exactly. I have other thoughts too.
In the cast chat, there is a map of Faerun now. The line that's basically been drawn on the map cuts directly between the Sea of Fallen Stars. So it's basically like divided in half, just like along the middle. Basically, the middle of the map is where they own the east and they're advancing west.
Where are we?
You guys are in Neverwinter,
Which is on the coast.
which is on the western coast.
Yeah, it's
It's a little bit fuzzy, so it's like hard.
yeah, it's hard to tell. I know that it's along the Sword Coast. Not quite it's above the Shining Sea. But somewhere along the Sword
It's
Coast.
above the Sea of Swords. It's like just along there, the Sea of Swords.
Yeah.
Along that coast. So that's basically that coast is kind of where you guys are at.
Yeah, I know that it's somewhere along this expanse. We're somewhere along that expanse. Hold on.
It's just a very.
Yeah, it's not the greatest map in the world.
Hold on. I haven't.
Yeah, well, you find that the Lord Commander continues like, we're obviously not without options, but we are.
Don't the other cities know that it's not just Neverwinter at stake?
They do. But the problem becomes if they sacrifice themselves to defend us and we lose. They have gambled everything on one shot. They have sent us and are sending us what is fairly laid out in the treaties of cooperation that we have, but at the same time, if our enemy is forced to divide their forces and take multiple cities, it might be the edge we need, but if we empty the totality of the coast, the number of fighters we have is still not enough to match theirs. We are city-states against a nation. Their name, as frustrating as it is apt. They are a legion.
If we don't.
Well, then maybe we're thinking about this the wrong way. We're thinking fighting head on. We need, as cliche as it is, we need their leaders. We need to cut off the head.
Andromeda looks at all of you. It's like, I would agree. It would probably be one of the better options.
I reposted a new map, and I circled Neverwinter in red. Should be in the top left corner.
I would absolutely agree with you, Eisen. The fact of the matter is that these people are well protected, and up until right now, their leader was known to us only as a letter. We're working at a disadvantage.
What if Karma's fidgeting with her bracer again?
Eisen, in the most calming way, I think I should probably roll for it, but he can possibly muster, puts a calming hand on Karma's shoulder and kind of gives her that look like it's okay.
What if I offered myself to him?
Andromeda cocks an eyebrow at you, Karma.
Eisen did not expect that.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, what?
You're valuable. Of course you are. You're one of the few people who have been chosen to deal with this by the gods, but as important as you are in the grand scheme, you're not an artifact. You're a person.
Growing up, I was supposed to be his wife. I was raised to be his wife.
You can hear a pin drop in the room. And ironically enough, and Hannah, Karma, ironically enough, you see Tony kind of like his face darkens at that thought. Not entirely sure why, but like Tony seems more unreasonably angry about it than one would expect.
It kind of clicks in Eisen's head too about what she said when he was a little. He's kind of remembering it now, and then he also remembers that he was like said she was pretty and said he didn't have a sex life, and then it kind of like he was like, I said that.
I said that with my own two mouths, my own single mouth.
Andromeda like looks at you, Karma's like, well that is noble of you. We do not trade in human lives.
It could at least serve as a distraction, something to slow them down.
If we give you up, if we let you gamble, then we are throwing away one of our most powerful weapons we have. You are the only ones who can understand the totality of what is happening here. And if they get their hands on you, they have gained far more than we could ever have hoped to by buying us a week of time.
Wait, I have an idea.
We dress Eisen up as Karma.
You got it. Amiria's got it. Yes.
As good as an idea as that is.
Eisen's like Chibi Eisen internally screaming, ah!
Yeah.
Wait, Eisen, just think about it. Think about it.
Amiria's just like in his
It's
ear.
the same thing. We're still giving up a person. As good as I look in a dress. No, I'm just kidding.
As amazing as my tits are.
For some reason, Andromeda's totally cool with this one, but not the other one.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Look, Matt, we already talked about getting Matheson on the inside. We get Matheson on the inside with the knowledge that he knows where Karma is. We still use Karma as bait, but not as like an offering. And we lure him out.
We could lure him out in a different way.
How might that be?
Karma holds up her left arm and where her bracer is. He can track me. I can lure him somewhere else. I could lure him away. He might follow, at least. Whether or not he catches me is a different thing, but
But why would he go himself?
he would possibly bring others, but if he's a high-ranking leader, his absence could cause a disruption or at least a delay. And Karma's like holding up the left arm that has like the bracer that covers the forearm. Like, you still can't see what's on the forearm.
Yeah, but if he could track you, then he would have gone to any of the other places.
He can't track me as well when I have it covered. It's covered. I wear the bracer to cover it. When I take it off, there's lead on the bracer.
But wouldn't he see that?
Lead.
No, but what I'm saying is, wouldn't that be obvious? If you were to suddenly leave the city. And then take, like, it would almost be like, hey, I'm here, come get me.
He wouldn't be able to resist the bait. I've never taken off this bracer. I haven't taken off this bracer in years. You should see how I try to bathe underneath this bracer.
Good old cast stink.
Eisen
Good old fucking cast stink
Eisen
underneath
thinks
this.
in his head for a second and then shudders and goes, oh.
I'm pretty!
I mean, cast stink is cast stink.
Cast stink is cast stink.
Like, there's no escaping that. There's no escaping that.
Scrub underneath it. Like, she has a whole ass tool that she uses to scrub it. She literally never takes it off. There's probably a fucking tan line.
Well, where do we spring this? Where do we lure? If we were to do this, where?
Karma looks to Andromeda on that front. Karma doesn't know where, but it's like the only thing that Karma knows is that she could, if Quinn were to take the bait, is that she could take off the bracer and Quinn could come find her. Easy peasy.
Andromeda kind of like shakes her head a little bit. And it's like, you wouldn't like it, but it's a small set of islands to the south that have recently been extinguished.
Guidance.
Poetic, don't you think? And she gets very, very quiet.
And it also makes sense for you to be there.
It does. I suppose I had plenty of stuff to go find there.
Andromeda like walks up to you, Karma, and like puts a hand like on your knee. Like, I need to be very clear. I don't want to give you up. Any of you.
Unless it's me in a dress.
You look very pretty in a dress.
I mean,
They allow for good airflow.
Yeah, it does. Your tits would look amazing.
Giving any of you up is still a loss. You all have a role to play here. But I also recognize that we don't have many options other than finding another dragon or another magical fleet of ships. And statistically, we're already breaking the bank on that one.
What's to stop him from sending? Why would he come alone?
He wouldn't come alone. But he would come.
Tony pipes up for the first time all meeting. Eisen, out of everybody, I think you would understand this. Arrogance. These people are arrogant fucking bastards.
That's
Tony just roasted you.
Yeah.
That's being generous to Quinn.
It's not about if they come alone. It's assuming that it's not about whether or not he comes alone. There's a chance he does because he's that much of a prick.
Then why not lure him as far? If we're trying to both gain time and cut off a major head of this
Doesn't matter
organization.
where we lure him, we're gonna kill him.
No, but if he decides to bring ample troops, then that's troops that aren't moving up the line, that aren't pillaging villages that aren't attacking cities.
Wait, though.
So what?
Karma.
So that's where this is? Okay, so it's way the fuck down here.
Guidance is literally the first.
Okay, then that's never mind.
Guidance is
Scratch that from the record.
I needed to like make that very clear.
I thought she meant like
Karma literally
the islands
pushes,
like off the coast.
Karma literally
Yeah.
pushes a map in front of Eisen and points to the. If Morgan wants to look, it's the first one. It's the picture Zach shared. If you look at the tiny green island that is at the farthest south, it's like it's next to whatever one's called. It's literally the farthest south island that you can get. And then
Eisen's intelligence starts to show.
It's the tiny ass.
Sorry, Amiria, you were gonna say something.
I was gonna say, Karma, does he think you're useless? Because if he thinks Karma's just like defenseless little maiden, then why would he need to bring any amount of force?
What if we send Mathis to tell them it's a trap?
Wait, why would we want more people?
Because the whole point of this is to be a diversion.
Well, we just want to kill him.
Tony looks at all of you. The issue is that, yes, it's a powerful blow to knock a leader out, but that's ignoring the fact that they have the dark mages, they have Leandra, they have Tiberius, and they have Mikhail. There are 5 heads to this Hydra. And cutting off one, while helpful, does not necessarily mean the other 4 wither and die.
Hail Hydra.
All the guards tackle you.
No, that's
blew your cover this far in. Yeah, so they look at it's not. I'm not saying it's a bad plan. I'm not even saying it wouldn't be satisfying as fuck to kill that son of a bitch. I'm just saying. And he looks at all of you. I don't think there's a silver arrow here. I don't think there's a magic solution where we can get all of this at once. I think we have to find the most practical thing that gets us the most of what we want at once, and we deal with the fight that comes after.
Is there any final artifacts that they would be going after? Is there any last one that they might be going? What are the ones left that they might be trying to get before we get them? Maybe that would be a distraction enough that they know we're going for another artifact.
The only artifact that is left is the one that you get when you bring them all together. When you combine the power of the 5 into 1. So, at the moment, they're just weapons. How we resolve that from there, I don't know, but...
So our goal right now is to buy time. We want to buy time for people to evacuate the area and troops to be ready, right?
Andromeda pipes up. Tony's right. There's not a silver arrow. It is either, you're not wrong, it's about buying time or striking some blow to weaken them. Whatever does that and does not sacrifice the powerful pieces we have on the chessboard is what we need to do. You don't sacrifice the queen to take a pawn.
This isn't a matter of pawn versus... This is queens versus queens. Is there anyone you have that could take out one of their queens that isn't already a queen?
I wish I could say yes, which is why we're having this goddamn meeting.
Exactly. Why can't I go to guidance and Quinn will follow?
Because you're cool and we like you.
Who knows? Maybe I can take him out, or maybe I'll die. I don't know. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to fucking die.
Well, I don't like that, so I'm saying no.
Well, we can't change the future.
Watch me, bitch.
No.
Control your sister.
As like this like argument breaks out amongst all of you, and like the chamber kind of like rises in a cacophonous din as like people are just speaking over each other and yelling. You all hear like a rushing of air fill the room, and you hear
Draft, is that you?
you hear a familiar,
No.
very unwelcome chuckle.
No! No!
Fuck that guy.
Oh, did you all start talking without me? You know how much I love our little chats. As the spectral form of Mikhail materializes in the room and just kind of floats around a little bit like a ghost, looking at everyone. It's like,
What? How is he allowed in here? How do you guys not have the lead on the walls?
oh, please, dearie.
Don't call me that.
I am more powerful than a simple anti-magical charm.
So am I!
Though, my charm notwithstanding.
Oh my god, your voice is literally like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, you don't have to sweet talk me, baby.
Oh my god.
You know
never
I've got a special place for you.
In hell?
I came here on a sign of good faith. I came here to negotiate. Seeing as all of you deigned yourselves too good to just hand things over like we talked about last time. So. And he looks at you, Eisen. Buddy, pal, I have something you want. And I'm willing to give it to you for not that much. Would you like to hear the million gold question? You know, if you don't respond, this game isn't that fun for me.
Eisen kind of just smiled. Kind of just like, you know, meh.
I like you less and less every day. You know that, right? And points at Karma. She's still fun. You are a big old sourpuss ever since I took your little boyfriend with me down south. But good news, buddy. I'm willing to give him back. Soul and all. Body complete. Powers restored. I just need one itsy bitsy teeny weeny tiny little thing from you.
Yellow polka dot bikini.
My fist up your ass.
Ooh. Well, see, I'd pay for both of those, but different types, you know what I mean. But you all are in possession of a nasty, naughty little book. Something we forgot to grab on. Something we forgot to pick up on our little smash and grab of your fun little tree fort in the mountains. You give me the magic book, and I give you back your boyfriend. Looks at you like casts a glance at Tony. Sup, bro? Been too long since we talked. And Tony's just there like tight-lipped, just glaring daggers in Mikhail's direction. Ooh. Seems like little sore spots still. Sorry about that. I promise most of it was painless. Some of it wasn't.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. I left a little present there.
No, we don't.
She was propped up against a fountain, misting a lower half for 3.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that whatever thing you're saying. We know about the treehouse fort. We know what you did there.
Colin, quit while you're ahead.
We know what the book is.
No, we don't.
And he kind of like floats in your direction, Karma. Lying is very unbecoming of a lady of your stature.
I never intended to be a lady of any sort of stature.
Now, no lying. My dear new friend Quinny Boy has told me oodles of stories about you. I hear you're quite the musician.
Karma says absolutely nothing.
So, tell you what I'll do. You don't even have to say yes now, because I know you will. But I'll give you some time to mull it over. And then when you want, well, I'll be around.
Well, if I can tell you right now, obviously the book is more important to you, or else you wouldn't just give up your favorite toy. So, the answer's a resounding no, and I don't need him back because I'm going to take him after I walk over your lifeless corpse.
I think not, buddy boy. But you know what I'll do for you? Give you some time to walk that little brazen answer of yours back. Mull it over. And if not, I'll make sure to move our little friend Jackson into a double. So there's some room for you as well. Toodles.
And banishment before he can say it.
And he fades from view.
Oh no, I wanted to do the right as he's about to say it. Because I know that banishment works. Because I want to hang up on him.
You don't hang up on me, I hang up on you.
Yeah, I want to hang up on him first.
All right,
Pull
so
a
I thought Zach managed to do like
banishment,
real life
what level is
editing
that?
for a second.
What'd you say, Morgan?
I thought Zach had managed to do like real life editing and managed to stack his voice in real
No.
life for a second. I was like, God damn, that's
That
impressive.
was me.
Okay, all right, banishment.
He wants to pull a Karma when Karma hung up on
Yeah.
Mikhail many moons ago.
I just want to deny him this one joy.
Okay,
You don't hang up
it's
on
a
me,
it's
I
a
hang
it's
up on
a
you.
it's a saving throw, right? Because technically it's a saving
Banishment
throw.
Is a level. I can cast it at level 6.
That just gives you one
Yeah.
additional creature you can banish. It doesn't make your save
Oh.
better.
It's a attack, save, charisma.
Okay, charisma save. All right. What's your to beat? What's your charisma save?
17. And I'm before you say that, I'm gonna bend luck
Okay.
to give it a -4.
Okay. So bending. Okay, you're bending luck to reduce his save -4. Okay. He still rolled a 12 and has a +12 to his charisma save, so he rolled a 24 -4, which is 20.
How does he get a plus fucking 12?
He's very fucking strong.
Much higher level than we are. He's incredible.
Well, fine. Hold
That's why
on.
he's gonna probably be a final boss.
He is.
Where's your fucking portent stone?
Oh, that's right. I had portents. I forgot about my portents.
So like you flip your fingers up to cast the spell, and like this wave of energy rushes over him, and as like this like kind of like the
Can't
smoke,
let me have my one
the
joy
smoke
in life.
of the spell clears. He's still just kind of floating there, just like. Well, you've certainly gotten stronger. I think I felt that one this time. Bye. And he whisks himself out of view.
I hate you. I hate him so much.
Andromeda kind of sitting there, just like, well, oddly enough, I think that gave us more than it gave him. They
Obviously want
so-
something.
They want something from all of you, quite obviously, and they think they can bargain. This might be an option. Obviously, we're not going to give anything up. That would be ridiculous, but
What about Jackson?
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. And
That's my problem.
and not to be blunt, but one life who doesn't necessarily have any importance other than to, she motions to Eisen, doesn't win us a war. But
So how do we use it?
Tony kind of like sits up. It's like, now I think it might be viable for us to spring a trap. Kama was not a guaranteed appearance. The book is. And if we can use the book and lure out more than one, then we might have ourselves an opportunity. One head doesn't do much except rile up the rest of them. 2 or 3 might just be enough to actually cripple the beast. And he looks at you, Karma. How willing are you to go home?
I have some unfinished business there, I suppose.
Well, pack your bags, ladies and gentlemen, and throw some sunscreen. We're going south. He just kind of sits himself back down. You can almost feel like it feels like he weighs like 100 pounds heavier than he normally does. Something's going through his head.
Still begs the question, what do we do with Mathis? We still have 2 viable options on that front.
The Lord Commander's like, whatever best suits your needs. You 3 seem to have a better understanding of small operations that might be able to help. We trust your judgment there. Lady Andromeda kind of claps her hands. Finger crossbows. Lady Andromeda kind of like claps her hands together and it's like, well, I cannot express to you in any uncertain terms how very desperately important it is that if you do this, you cannot die. We need you back here. So, if one of you is to fall in battle, if something is to happen, she pulls out a scroll. And she hands it to Karma. This is a scroll of word of recall. And it will take you back here immediately. Should the worst happen, you are to remove yourself from that situation immediately. Do you understand me?
Karma nods.
Good. And she like sighs and sits down. I thought I was finished with my wars. Hopefully this will be the last. And she just kind of picks up a pen, starts writing at things on the desk. And the Lord Commander kind of like turns to all of you and kind of like indicates like, this is over for now.
Cool. Karma nods her head and begins to turn to leave. She like looks to her companions and starts backing out of the room.
Tony gets up and just kind of like doesn't storm out, but walks like very quickly and forcefully out of the room. And you can see him just walking down the hallway. He's clearly just leaving and probably heading back to the tipsy table at this point. Is there anything, Amiria, Eisen, is there anything you'd like to do before you leave?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Eisen. All right.
But as they're leaving, Karma takes a scroll and hands it. She holds it out in front of Amiria and Eisen. One of you take it.
No.
I need one of you to take it. I can't hold on to it.
Why?
Because I can't.
Explain.
Who knows what is going to happen with Quinn, and I can't let Quinn get a hold of it.
You're not gonna die.
I'm not saying I'm going to die. I'm saying that what if Quinn gets it?
He won't, because he won't take it from you, because you're not gonna die.
But I'm not saying he'll get it from me because I died.
We're not losing you, whether death or otherwise. You need it.
I have the diamonds.
Exactly.
I don't...
You're good. We need you to carry it.
Karma is very visibly frustrated.
Eisen has been kind of quiet and turns around because he's a little bit frustrated. Looks Karma dead in the eye. We're not going to make it through this if you don't start believing in yourself. And then walks away. That's exactly what.
Exactly what Eisen sounds like.
Are you all making your way back to the bar, or?
Yep.
All right. As you arrive back there, Mathis currently has a berry special in front of him, and is about to like as you guys walk in, he downs it, and he looks at all of you, and then like as you enter, you see him get hit in the head with like that brick like thing that you felt, eyes, and he's like,
This guy Barry is fucking awesome. Holy shit. Birdman, I like you.
and then Barry looks at all of you, he's like,
Yeah, well, your dad's funny.
This is the fucking worst.
Eisen and Karma, if you want to do anything, you absolutely will be able to. But as you guys arrive home, Amiria, as soon as you enter the door, you hear like the sound of like a door upstairs open, and then you hear like the rushing of feet as Draft comes running down with the sword in hand, almost trips over herself at the base of the stairs, is able to catch herself, and runs over to you, like kind of breathless, and it's like, I figured out what it does. And then turns to everyone else. Hi. You all look annoyed. Oh no. Oh dear. I picked.
Tell me about the sword.
Yeah. So okay, it's this.
And I just kind of half drag her upstairs.
Okay.
Like, while she's talking.
Okay, that'll work. Are you taking her to her tower or your room?
My room.
Okay.
We don't want, I'd like to know about the sword.
I figured Hannah might need a minute.
Eisen's too busy in his own thoughts anyway.
Yeah.
Somebody yell at Dad for being too drunk.
Yeah, go get a drink with your father.
Karma thoughts. Ayo.
Barry's preparing another drink for you. Barry's preparing a berry special for you, Eisen, because it looks like you need a drink. So as you guys enter the Draft
Eisen sits down and next to
Mathis
and actually pushes away the special.
Mathis like tries to grab it, and Barry immediately pulls it away from him.
Yeah. I don't want to not think.
Fair enough. Here's some water.
Just puts a glass of water in front of you. As you pull Draft upstairs, Amiria.
Well, I don't know. It's like I don't want to numb the pain.
Amiria, as you pull Draft upstairs, you see she's like very flushed in the face. Like this is the most excited you've seen this Ganassi since you met her. And the biggest thing that you notice that is different is that for the first time ever, she is not wearing like a buttoned up to the neck like working dress. she's like actually wearing like, it appears like she like was so excited she rushed out in her work clothes. So she's got like an apron on, like a loose, like she's like in fairly casual working clothes. But it's the first time that you have quite literally seen her show any skin other than her neck, her hands, and like, yeah, actually that's about it, because she's always worn like floor length, like very nice formal dresses.
Her titties
I
are.
am looking respectfully.
Respectfully looking.
Yes.
And as the kids would say, she a baddie. She's hot. She's very much like, it's very much like that moment in like every like terrible teenage comedy where like the nerd pulls her hair down and then it's just like, oh shit, you're hot as fuck. It's very much that.
Incredible.
But so like, and it's like she's kind of like pacing around the room, kind of like bouncing up and down. I'm very excited. And so she like pulls the blade out of the sheath, and it's like, this right here is one of the watch, one of the hands of Kronos. It's she like points at a clock. It's like a clock has two hands for obviously minutes and hours, and it was believed that Kronos, the god of time, took the great clock that he mends and made the two hands into weapons to be used and wielded by one of their champions. This right here is the blade of forward and reverse. So on the four-stroke, it cuts a wound that cannot be mended except by the most powerful of magical spells. And on the pull, it can undo almost any wound that is laid to someone once per day. It's an incredibly powerful magical item, and the best part is that whoever can attune to the blade itself, and she's like running around in circles and like very much like the most like the engineering student who finally like cracked like why their bridge won't stand up, and it's been like it's like 5 all-nighters deep, and it was like that one piece of macaroni that was just slightly like off kilter. Like it's very obvious like this girl has not slept in at least 3 days. It's like, and the best part is that if you have been chosen by Kronos or by blessed by one of the gods, you don't need to be remotely knowledgeable with the weapon at all to be able to use it. So any one of you, Karma, Eisen, anyone would be able to use this weapon to successfully attack or heal someone during a battle. I can't believe, and she like kind of like, I can't believe that is he your dad?
Not technically.
Okay.
Captain.
Your cat. I don't know where he found this or how he came across it. This has been lost for almost a millennia at this point. And she like kind of like finally like stops talking for a moment. She's like, I haven't eaten in a while. Oh boy. And she kind of like collapses like back onto like the chair and just kind of like sitting there like to any of my ADHD folks out there, when you get that Adderall crash, and it's just like, oh Lord, what have I done? What mistakes have I made? But like the blade is kind of like loosely held in her hand, just kind of just sitting there, just kind of like breathing a little heavily, like eyes are kind of like half open, like I hope this helps.
This is incredible. This is amazing. You've done amazing.
Oh, yay. Hey. I don't hear that often. Wee. And then
Can
like
I buy you dinner?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Said, can I buy you dinner?
Oh my god.
You can buy me anything. She's like, you can kind of see she's like kind of like dipping in and out, like kind of like that, like the nodding. She's like nodding off a little bit. It's like that. You can buy me any. That sounds nice. You're really pretty.
Oh, that's gay.
Okay.
And she like kind of like raises one hand at you. Yes, And, like at this point, it's like she like has like really like actually started to fall asleep in the chair, like actively is like nodding off.
All right, nap first, then
Okay.
dinner. Fair enough.
I'll say like if you want, you can like either like let her like sleep in your bed, or like Kat, the maid, comes in and kind of like leads her back to her tower. It's like all right, Draft. You know, you gotta. I've talked to you about this. You can't steal the coffee pot just so you can stay up for 3 days again. We've had this conversation. Oh my lord! And just like kind of leads her back, puts her to bed.
Incredible.
But yeah, you now have one of the arms of Kronos in your possession, Miss Amiria.
Sick.
And so to give you an idea of like basically functionally how it works, I still need to make the item, but functionally how it works is it is a magical +2 weapon. It can take the form of any weapon that can be held in the hand. You do not need to be proficient with any weapon to use it. And it has 2 on-use effects. Once per day, you can activate its effect on a physical attack to create a deep wound, and that wound will deal an extra 1d whatever your weapon is. So, sword, it's a 1d8 or 1d10, etc., etc. It will deal 1 additional damage die, and that wound, until healed with at least a 6th level healing spell, will bleed an additional 1d6 for each additional round. Or its reversal effect, which will allow you to heal up to a level 6 healing cast of heal. So you'll be able to cast heal once on one charge that resets upon the dawn. So you have 2 options once per day that you can use, and this can be used by anyone. So you can keep it, or you can hand it off to one of your companions.
Holy shit!
It is a very powerful weapon that Mathis was very lucky in his role of remembering he had it. We're in the end game now, folks. You guys are about to start getting some nuclear bombs.
Boy, howdy.
But yeah, that you can if you want, for brevity's sake, Amiri, I can say you like walk downstairs and explain that to your companions, or you can hold on to that yourself. Depends on what you want to do.
I am gonna hold on to it until I get a chance to look over the martial weapon list.
All right.
Just for flavor.
Yeah, it is a martial weapon, so like it's it would not technically be a staff in terms of like a wizard thing.
Okay.
Well, if you just need to look at if you can, because there's simple weapons and martial weapons, whether you're proficient in them or not.
It doesn't require proficiency in it doesn't. That's the whole thing. It's like anyone. That's what is anyone can use the weapon. You don't have to be proficient in the weapon to be able to use it. So what I basically what this is, it is the only weapon that feasibly Karma could use and suffer no ill penalties for. Because
Karma can't have shit.
Because Karma can only throw the big fiery boom booms, and apparently that's not enough.
Shut the hell of your mouth. There's free water right here, you fucking asshole.
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's a Vine reference.
It's a Vine. I'm sorry.
All right, so Aizen and Karma, what are you guys up to?
Well, since I just saw Assface again, I am in a bit of a bad mood, but
Bit
also
of a mood.
just looking very disgruntled in deep thought, sitting at the bar.
Okay. Karma.
Karma is... Karma's thinking for a second, and she's going to go over to Aizen. Will you help me with something? A body. I just
Wow.
need. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking murder you now.
I was thinking more like Barry White starts playing in the background.
I just need.
That was my thought.
I
Yeah.
need a friend. I need a friend with me, real quick.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Yes, I'm going to literally murder you and bury you in the backyard.
It's like-
Karma with you, that could have been a lot of things.
It's like Tony
Yeah,
from
we
Tony
all thought you
Tony
were asking for
Tony
an
from
easy
the
way.
end of the
What did all?
bar.
Wait a minute. Where did all your dirty fucking minds go?
No, I'm just like, that could have meant a lot
Both
of
mine,
things.
both mine and Morgan's mind went to again. Barry White suddenly starts playing in the background. The candles automatically light.
Barry is serving us liquor.
A body could have meant a lot of things.
I just need a friend.
Okay.
I want to scry on our target. And I would appreciate a friend there.
Okay.
Okay. So where are you doing this, Karma? In your room? In the backyard?
She's gonna just do it in her room.
Okay.
As per usual.
And
She's got like two or three chairs in there.
Okay. And
Not to be gay on Maine, but Hannah just saying that, like, as your real life best friend, that just made my stomach sink so bad, and I was like, this is fake. This is a fake game. Chill.
What? Are you okay?
You sounded so sad, and you're like, I need a friend, and I'm like,
No, I love you.
oh
If
fuck.
I ever needed anything, if Hannah ever needed anything, she would go straight to Morgan. 'Cause I love my Morgan.
panic response just, like, instantly turned on, was like, Hannah needs me, and I was just gonna run to LA.
Morgan was about to sprint to Los Angeles.
Yes.
Don't come here. We're a COVID nightmare zone.
Yeah, that's what's keeping me away currently.
All right.
I missed
Um,
Morgan.
I do appreciate the fact that, okay, Hannah's that good of an actress. I like it. It's like triggered actual crisis response inside of Morgan. All right. Okay, so you were attempting to scry on Quinn.
Yes.
What is okay? So
But I
it
can
was.
also attempt to scry on Mikhail if that's what
You
if
can.
that's what Eisen would
You
like.
can pick. You will have the -9 with Quinn.
That's true. I don't really have as much
And-
with I barely know.
Hang on, I need to see. I need to check scry again because
I have it right. It's 5th level scrying. First hand it would be 0. The save modifier would be 0. So I'm first hand. I've
I mean,
met
you-
the target.
I would say you've got. I would say you would. I would say you could argue. You know, I would give you a -5. You do know the target decently well.
But I don't know if I have anything besides likeness. I don't
Oh
know.
no. It would be for if
-7.
you were on trying to scry on Mikhail, it would be 100%. It would be -5. Whereas with Quinn, you'll have the -9. That's your trade off.
Karma's gonna open this up to Eisen. I can look at one of them. I can look at Mikhail, or I could look at Quinn. And I think it might help us, at least with tempting at least one or both to follow to where we are going.
I'm a little unfamiliar with what scrying does.
It allows me to see them. And sometimes if they are able to, they can know that I'm looking, but at least I'm able to see what they're doing, where they are. It might give us some form of advantage if we know exactly where they are right now, or if we can figure out where one or both of them are. Might give us some sort of idea of how close they are to where we are going, or what they're up to. The last time I did this, it was a couple weeks ago, and I was a little shook up afterwards. And so I don't know who I'm doing it with. I could just do it to Quinn. I could do it to Mikhail. That's why I wanted you here.
Hannah, move the mic a little closer to your mouth.
Sorry, when I was listening to recordings, I know that I'm literally the loudest fucker.
I've got your level set, so you're not like
Okay.
super peaky. So
Cool.
like just trust in my mixing.
Okay, I trust. Thank you. So, that's why I wanted you here. I might be able to scribe better on Quinn, but
Wait, wouldn't you be better on Mikhail?
Quinn because ex-fiance
I
and
thought you said she had a -9 on Quinn.
no. That's -9 to
he
his
takes
save.
-9 to his
Oh,
save.
okay.
Yeah, so Mikhail would have a -5 to the save. Quinn would have a -9.
He would have a -7 technically, because I have a likeness for Mikhail. Wait, do I have a likeness?
Likeness. The way I look at likeness is it's a physical like portrait
Oh,
of some
I
kind.
don't really have
Manifestation.
anything.
A physical
Mikhail's.
manifestation.
I don't have anything of Mikhail's.
No, so
I'm only taking the -5.
yeah, so you'd be getting -5. I will say this because Karma, since you've tried to scry on Quinn before, you do have the knowledge he's very resistant to scrying as well. Because the first time you tried, even with your innate knowledge of him, it took you 2 tries. So just to balance your decision there.
It's true, and I can only do it once.
You can only do it once over 24 hours.
Wait, well, yeah. Honestly, yeah, I can only do it once every 24 hours.
Yeah, so if you fail on one of them, you have to wait till the next day to give it another try.
If I fail, or if I succeed, either
Or
way.
you succeed, yeah.
Either way, I have to
Either
wait
way.
24 hours. Do you have anything of Mikhail's? I could still do Mikhail, but my abilities would be heightened if you have anything of his. Anything he's given you, anything you...
I don't think I have anything of his.
No.
No.
None of you guys would have had any time to collect anything
If I
unless
still had the...
trauma is a physical manifestation.
Do you have anything from the Dreadnought?
You
The shield.
had the shield, but that's technically not Mikhail. That'd be if you wanted to somehow scry on a god, which was Mercule.
Or servants of Mercule.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you had a likeness of Mercule, but like that's not necessarily a possession
I have
of
the
the
book.
individual.
The
That's-
book, it wasn't. It's something he wants. It
It's-
wasn't a possession.
Yeah, it's
the history of the gods. It's
yeah,
called
and a
Immortals.
possession of theirs is something that they had. He didn't have the book, but like the symbol of Mercule is a thing. So it wouldn't necessarily work that way.
Hmm.
This is like we're now getting into the technicalities of much higher level spells.
If I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to know what he is doing.
Would Karma's connection to Quinn be stronger? Would she be able to scry on him better? Like at least have a two-way mirror or whatever the word is, like of if she took off her bracer.
No, because we talked about this when you did the other scry. That's his portal, not yours. You never reverse engineered it.
But like that's just it. Like if she took it off and he was able to portal it to her, would he be able to portal it? Would she be able to just as strongly portal it back?
It's not giving you any extra.
So at least they'd
advantage.
be almost looking at each other.
No, it's a spell that was specific. That the spell he put on you was specific to him and him alone. It's not, and I would argue that due to the trauma related to it and the fact that you haven't taken that bracer off in years, you've not put in the necessary work to reverse engineer that. It's something you could certainly do if you decided to take the time to do it, but you'd have to risk discovery to do so. So as it stands right now, no. You're just going to have it's -9 to Quinn or -5 to Mikhail.
I'm gonna just go with Quinn because he doesn't. Eisen doesn't appear to want to know what Mikhail's up to.
Okay.
I have.
Or
Hold on.
All right.
There's a third option.
what's the third option?
I'm not sure if either of us want to see what's happening. But,
Jackson.
yeah. But if Mikhail's nearby, or if we know where he is,
Do we have something of Jackson's?
We have a lot of things of his. I mean, like he would have had tools.
It's not a bad idea. You can only scry on someone on the same plane as you are. Jackson is not technically on this plane.
Oh well,
You
tried to scry on Mikhail, and he was also in hell. I mean, like, then it wouldn't
That's
work.
true. It wouldn't work if Mikhail
You don't.
wasn't
You don't know if you don't know if Mikhail's on the plane or not.
Yeah.
But you definitely know Jackson is not on this plane.
Yeah, it would fail automatically if Mikhail
Okay.
isn't on our plane. We know for a fact Jackson isn't on this plane.
Yeah.
Well, what if I banish us? Or do we have? Hold on. Do we?
Plane
Can we
shift?
go? Do we have?
You
Can
don't
either
have
of us do that?
You don't have
Okay.
plane shift, and
I don't have plane
banishment. Banishment is to a safe.
Random.
Is a safe
yeah.
random demi.
He's on some sort of hell plane. Let's just scry on Emiria. Is she getting down? Is she getting down?
Eisen
dare
kind of.
you.
I actually makes Eisen smile. 'Cause it's funny.
Oh my god, we are not like fucking.
Yeah.
What is?
There we go. Karma like pinches Eisen's cheeks. There you go. You can smile.
Look, I'm here for you because you asked me to. So
I mean, if you want, Hannah, you can just roll for it. Say like roll a d20, 10 or above. It's 1.
how about we? Yeah. Oh, like let's do it in character thing. Like I don't know. I feel like this is a great time for like the two of us to just talk without
character.
like. Yeah.
I mean, however you want to do it, but I know that it's a
So
you're
we stop.
bouncing back and forth.
That's what I'm saying. We can figure this out.
I can look at Mikhail. I could look at Quinn. I could look at either of them. I know that. One way or another, Quinn is probably going to arrive on guidance. We are probably going to interact with at least Quinn. I don't know about Mikhail. But I also know that we could at least, if Mikhail is still on this plane with us, we could see what he's doing right now. All right.
Well, if he's on this plane, then I won't see what I don't want to see. So I suppose that's fine. But I'm here because you asked me to be here. So what do you want to do? Because
I want us to
I
go.
really don't. I'll do it if it helps.
Do you have anything of Mikhail's? Anything? Anything he left behind? Did we loot Mikhail's body?
I was the one who was I the one who killed him?
Mikhail killed himself. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Motherfucker.
We don't have
No, you don't.
No.
you don't have anything,
No.
unfortunately.
Unless you want to count my own mental distress, then no.
Quick, vomit. That's something
Hey,
he's
he lives-
created.
He lives in your head rent free, so like.
Wait. 1 second.
Wait. No, that didn't work. Wait, no. What about that thing? Remember that way that Mikhail talked to us? That thing I hung up on him with?
We still have that?
The
orb.
That orb. No, you chucked it!
I believe
You
one
motherfucker, you chucked
I
it!
believe one of you hucked that into the abyss.
Alex did! Alex hucked it into the abyss!
Excuse me. Eisen hucked it.
I believe that was hurled into the abyss. Hang on,
That's literally what you did.
I've got one note of stuff. No, you don't have anything from him.
I mean, the robot technically was owned by him.
But we gave the eyeball away. We got like something from the robot, but we gave that away to make one of the shields, I think.
They used what?
They used the steel to make the shield, which means I still own something that is that Mikhail. It wasn't because the robot wasn't made to be a effigy of the god Mercule. It was something acquired by and brought to life by
'Cause-
Mikhail.
True.
So technically,
Mikhail did bring it about, and
So-
it was meant to withhold Mercule in it, but like Mikhail was the one. Literally, we have our official image of Mikhail is him sitting in the hand of the dreadnought.
Yeah. Didn't he
Okay.
also kill himself to bring it to life? So wouldn't it have a part of him a little bit in it?
Okay, I'll tell you this. That's compelling. I'm not gonna give you the additional -4, but I'll count that as a likeness. So Mikhail would have a -7 to the save.
Swag.
I'll split the difference
All right.
there. I will split the difference there because that shield has been imbued with a lot of magic specific to you and your request, but at its core, it is a piece of metal that he designed to hold something of his. So we'll split the difference. Mikhail would have a -7 if that's the way you want to go. That is a compelling argument. I accept that.
Okay.
As much as I don't want to. I should probably spy on Mikhail.
Karma, like, takes Eisen's hand. Well, Eisen needs to produce the shield. I need the shield. I need
mean,
Eisen to produce the shield.
Isn't it on his? I think it's like on your back.
Yeah, I
But
was-
she still needs it in
Con-
front of her. She needs it in front of her. So she has like one hand on the shield and the other is holding one of Eisen's hands, and she begins the spell. So her
I'm
iris.
gonna guide her.
Oh. Does that? But how would that do? Because I don't roll. That's just
Yeah,
it.
it's
Oh.
not something she. It's a save. So you'd have to
Mikhail
do something
has to
like
save.
you'd have to
I
do
can
something
bend
like
luck again.
um.
It just costs 2 sorcery points.
I
I
mean,
guess it would something that would put
I need to.
Mikhail
I
would. We
need
have to
see
push.
if,
Try to push a disadvantage. On
Oh, I have to
Mikhail.
see them, and I can't
I
see
think.
them.
I think you have to see them.
I could
for,
see him before. I can't see him now.
Yeah, I think for bend luck.
It's a target.
When
you
other,
can
when other
see.
creature. It's when you see. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just -7, and you've got a 17, Hannah.
Yeah, it's 17. 17 save, so he has to roll below a 17. Or...
This is wisdom.
Yeah, he needs to. So he has a -7 to the roll.
All right. Okay. So Karma, your eyes go red.
The irises
The
bleed
irises
out over the-
bleed, and it looks like your eyes are bleeding.
Oh, I've got blood now coming out of my eyes.
No, I said it looks like it looks like you've popped like every vessel in your
Okay.
eye, and like blood is about to start
They're,
dripping
like, starting
down.
to fill up.
Yeah, because she has
You-
black scleras and a black pupil, so the red iris just bleeds over everything.
You pass into that gray space again. That curtain. You focus your power, and then the curtain
Since
parts.
I'm holding her hand, can I see what she's seeing? Like, is it just like
No, only she's seeing this, but she's still technically conscious, so she could explain what's happening as it's happening. She just can't see. She's immobile.
I can't see you. I'm blind.
Yeah, so you can.
I'm blind except for what I'm seeing.
Yeah, but you can technically, Hannah, you could relay this if you want to do that.
Well, she's quiet right now. She's
Okay.
waiting for the image to actually come to fruition or
So
whatever.
the curtain splits and you pass through, and you're in another darkened room. This one's smaller than the last one. Seems more like an office. Torches light.
She's starting to relay this, but very quietly.
Torches light the walls. There's a desk, some shelves, what looks like a potion or alchemy set somewhere along the wall. You hear soft speaking. And you see a man at the desk, kind of at the desk hunched over. And he's like scribbling something down. Long white gray hair tied up in a ponytail. Dark robes. You can't really make out a color. It's very, very dark in the room. And you hear him.
Doesn't have white hair though.
You hear him. You hear him muttering. It's like,
Your arrogance, your necessity to poke and prod at those siblings you call them. You will jeopardize everything we have built for years.
and then like out of the darkness, you hear Mikhail's voice.
Listen, old man.
It's a very simple process. I poke and I prod and I know what hurts. And you building for years. Oh my god, you are so fucking full of yourself. The last time you had any real chance at any of this, all of you had any real chance at any of this, you fucked it up. So I'm here to make sure you unfuck yourselves. And the man stands up from the desk, and you watch him like storm around the room. Roll a perception check, please, Karma.
Okay, that is. What do I have?
It's your perception.
Yeah, that's a modified 19.
Modified 19. There's just a small bit of light, like moonlight, bleeds through a crack in the tower, and you see this gnarled, grisly old face of this
Karma's
human.
like describing as this. She's like describing his appearance.
This human male, and you catch what looks like some scarring down one side of the face, but you're not 100% sure. And he turns and he goes to a mirror, and he's standing in front of the mirror, like as though he's talking to himself, but you can hear Mikhail's voice.
We underestimated our enemy, yes. But we too have knowledge. We too have power, sway over these imbeciles. All you have given us is the knowledge of how to end them permanently and prevent that nasty little habit you angelic fucks seem to keep popping up with.
And for the first time, you hear Mikhail get angry.
Listen here, you ragged shit. I gave you what remaining life you have. I will remove it if I so desire.
There's a moment of silence. And you hear a chuckle. It's like, why are we fighting? We both have the same goals. We both have the same desires. We will get what we want. Patience is key. Something that you should know a lot about. And the old man chuckles and is like,
very well.
we will do it your way. Just remember, you're along for a free ride, but I will kick you out should you continue to frustrate me.
Do I see the color of the man's robes?
And as he steps away from the mirror, you're able to catch for just a moment the reflection in the mirror. And as you look, the reflection in the mirror is that of Mikhail. And the man in front of you, wearing a deep set of red robes, scars running down one side of his face, steps back towards his desk. And Eisen, as you hear this description, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is your enemy, Thorfinn. And that is where we will end our episode for today. Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode of Dances with Dice. Please follow us on all social media platforms at Dances with Dice. When you use the hashtag DWDcast and DWDart, we will use you as named NPCs in the show. Thank you so much, and join us every single week for another episode of Dances with Dice.